Hey, hi everybody.
Hello, everyone, we are live.
Yeah, so today we are just testing out this new technology, Facebook Live, and we're going to try and talk a little bit about our book. I'm writing a book, and Isabelle here is also writing a book. So yeah, Isabelle, you want to say something about your book?
All right, I'll go first. My book, I'm writing a book called The Art of Owning Your Story. Is basically my 5 years of haphazard journey after I left college, where I started as an auditor, and then I was in food and beverage industry for like 3 years, and now I'm pursuing my passion for writing. So the journey wasn't easy at all. I have to face a lot of tough decisions. I have to constantly deal with fear, but I felt like every part of it built upon each other, and well, it leads you to find out more about yourself, what kind of life you want, what you're really good at, and yeah, now it's like I'm really like building things that I love. Yeah. So Richard, what do you write about?
Okay, I write a little bit about entrepreneurial mindset, and that's really where my book is going. I enjoy talking about the philosophy of entrepreneurship, how entrepreneurs think. So as I wrote my book, I realized that besides even just documenting my mindset as I go through my journey, I found out that there were a lot of entrepreneurs around me who has different mindsets. And my book kind of like went in a different direction to start interviewing them. And based on the things that I think about, I wanted to know how they feel about those things I've written about. And it was a good experience, and all those interviews, all those content, eventually went into my book, and there are like eight interviews done with 8 entrepreneurs.
And I'm one of it.
Yeah, and Isabelle is one of them. Yeah, so we are looking forward to share it with all you guys.
Yeah. So what's the core message of your books? Like, what's the message that you want to tell people with this book?
Yeah, okay. It's a good question, because I felt that initially a lot of people goes into entrepreneurship to create something, to start a company or to build something for many reasons, to find fame or to make money, which is all no right, no wrong. But I felt that there's something more to it, something more deeply built underneath it in the foundation level. And I was on this journey to searching for those answers, and I think I found it. There's a common purpose that all of us share, even entrepreneurs, and I found out that there are only 2 things that we all do every single day, and one of it is to create value for people.
Yeah.
And the second thing that entrepreneurs do is to build meaningful relationships. And these are the only 2 main things that we do every single day. And I think most of my colleagues and circles actually share the same sympathy for that. And Isabelle, how was the journey of creating this book of yours? Was it really hard?
Well, this book is basically like a compilation of blog posts from the past 4 years, and I add a little bit more to make it into like a complete book. So yeah, it started off as a passion project, because we want to write book, and then let's do it together, right? And then like the vision grew bigger and bigger. We have more and more partners in it. So we owe a lot to WORQ, where we are all at now, because like WORQ support our book launch, and like the marketing team helps a lot, and then we have like people who help us to publish, to go on a book tour after this. So yeah, it's like along this way, there's so many moments when you're unsure about this, you're so scared, then you have to keep looking out for people, keep reaching out to people to ask them, like to tell them that, hey, I'm writing a book, please buy my book. Yeah. Well, yeah, what I learned along this journey is to be loud and be proud. Yeah. How about yourself?
That's really good. It was a humbling journey for me, and I'm sure for Isabelle too, because a lot of time when you create products and content, one of the biggest things that creators like us face every day is the fear of criticism and
it's a fear. Basically, like it's all in your head, but that is there.
including this video, this Facebook Live video that we are doing for the first time.
Yeah.
It's
We were freaking out before we started, and well, we just talk.
Yeah, it's very nervous-wracking, right?
Yeah.
And the things that where we are right now, we are surrounded by entrepreneurs and people like that, and the environment is always changing for us. And as we go along this journey of building the book, we still get surprises, even though the book launch is end of this month. We still get surprises from the printers. Like we just got surprises.
Yeah, like before we started, we literally just found out that our printing cost is like sky high. And yeah, so right after this live stream, we are going to figure out this thing out. So yeah, it's a constant process of figuring out like along this publishing journey, because like first you have the book out, and then it's like you have to work on the design, the book layout, and then it's like when it comes to printing also, like there are so many things to deal with. It's like the kind of paper, what kind of binding, and then color, no color, offset, digital, and then after that when it comes to marketing, like a lot of different channels as well.
Yeah.
So for me, I use a crowdfunding platform. For Richard, it's just like his own websites and his own network. And upon launching on 31st, you are going on a book tour to like sort of like market, and then most importantly, I think, is to spread our message for millennials and then like young professionals who wish to explore like entrepreneurship and to start your own thing. Because like we felt that like part of the purpose of this book launch is to talk about the inside journey of entrepreneurship and the mindset, because nobody's really like talking about how hard it is. And
the journey that we are on right now, I think as we progress along this journey, and as we do more and more products, because like for my case, I create technology applications, and it's the same concept as how you create books. They're all products. But as you go along this journey, it's a constant struggle, and we are constantly throwing ourselves into the world, and testing ideas and hoping there's a lot of good reception over the other end. So we are going on a tour, and we'll be traveling to Sunway University. We'll be traveling to different innovation spaces, co-working spaces, to just get ourselves out there and meet people and such as yourself, and hopefully we can come up with great connections and great ideas as we go along.
Because I felt like when people get together, that's when ideas happen. It's like yesterday I heard from my friend that it's like two lousy or normal idea combined together can become a good idea.
Oh, okay.
That's what Ming said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really thankful to have Richard along with me on this journey, or else it's like really, really scary, because like when you have to do something new and you don't know what the result is, well, that's essentially like entrepreneurship, right? It's like startup, it's all the same. It's like this book is like a new business for us.
Yeah. So what was the most challenging and painful part in the journey for you as an entrepreneur? Like that one painful
part.
The
most painful part, I think the hardest part is to overcome self-criticism and fear, which is all internal, because like seriously, like there's nothing outside that is stopping you. That's what I feel. Is like everything outside can be solved, but it's like the monster inside you is the hardest to beat. Like sometimes I do have my breakdown moment when I cried in like behind a closed door, and then I had so much worries. Like even though you're aware that it's something that you created, but it's still like it takes how to say, self-awareness. Like you have to be self-aware, and then to have your own routine or practice. For me, it's meditation to help me like get back to the root, like get back to why are you doing all this? Because when you go back to your purpose, like the thing that is true to your heart, right? It's like in that space you will find the courage to step over it. Yeah.
Well said. I share the same sentiment, and I feel like there are a lot of, even though there are a lot of found out there are a lot of, when you meet entrepreneurs or you meet creators and ask them how they feel, and most of the time they say that everything's going well, but when you dig deep in, most of us share the same journey of trying to find yourself. I think the most painful part and the main struggle, main challenge for any of us creators is the internal part, to find yourself. And why are you doing it, and the point is also very easy for us to tend to do too much, right? And then when you reach at too much, when you do too much, you start to reach the breaking point, and that's when you break, and then you have to self-reflect to try and get back to your core, like what Isabelle said, and it's entirely true. And this thing actually happens over and over again. It's a cycle that goes through the whole journey, for the whole career of an entrepreneur. I would say it will never stop, because it's always a change, constant change, and I kind of like that journey a lot.
Just now, like when you talk about your journey, like if something comes to my mind, it's like, because a lot of people say that it's like passion. Yeah, you can't rely on passion. It's like passion wouldn't like pay your bills. Like what's your definition for passion, and what do you think like passion plays? What role do you think passion plays in this like entrepreneurship journey?
There are different aspects to passion, and the common one that we know is the one that we are the things that we really love to do. So we classify that as passion. But it's actually very much deeper than that. I found out that passion is very closely linked to that creating value and building relationship. The two main reasons why we do what we do. So if you have something that you like to do, but it doesn't really create value for anyone, or it doesn't build relationship with anyone, it's not really passion. It's actually a hobby. It's something that you just love to do.
Right.
But passion is beyond hobby. It's when what you love to do benefits someone. It creates value for either someone or for the environment around you. And because you're creating that value, you're hyper passionate about it. That's what's going to wake you up early in the morning. That's what is going to keep you awake, because you're constantly thinking about it. And the whole reason behind this is you cannot sleep, or you want to wake up early, because you know if you don't do it, you're depriving that person of that value. So you're hyper passionate about it. And so I got into the same that mistake of thinking that if I'm interested in, let's say, basketball, playing basketball as a passion, and I like to play basketball alone, it's not really passion, and I eventually tired of it, because it doesn't bring value to anybody. Right. So it's just a hobby. It's my idea of passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think passion is super important, like to sustain the momentum, because like passion is the thing that carries you through when things get difficult. So I do think like passion is like super important in whatever path that you're on. Even though like people say it doesn't pay, but it's a quality, it's a feeling that is feeling you, like feel you from inside. And that's how you persist.
Okay. I mean, it's and as you persist through, and you're more passionate about what you do, I believe the more value you create, that's when money will actually come.
And then I find that passion is always about what you can give and how you serve others instead of what you get, right? It's like when you give, say, providing value, that's where how passion is sustained. Right.
So I can give you an example, like because I run a company called Battles. Isabelle is also part of the company, and we help our clients own their story, right, and share them with the world. And as they share the world, there were a lot of times where our clients that shares their products to the world, their story to the world, brings value to other people. All right. The people that are receiving that value will eventually want that value, and that's when they will pay for it. It's not something that we're asking them to pay, but they will pay for it if they see the value in it. and I think at its core, really good marketing. When you're marketing something of value rather than marketing something that tries to make that person think that they need it, but they actually don't. So I think that's something that I experience a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
So shall we conclude this?
Right. We are launching our book on 31st of March.
Yeah.
At WORQ.
WORQ.
Yeah, working space is at Mansara.
Yeah.
And we will be very much happy to meet all of you if you can make it. Let's have more talk over entrepreneurship mindsets. Yeah.
Basically, we're doing this live stream every Friday up to the book launch. So the next one will be on next Friday, 4:00. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just comment on this link and then let us know. We'll answer it next week. So yeah, until next week.
Okay, bye.